Yo, what is good, fam? Agent O here, and today I have the Mastermind Creations reformatted Stray, the re-edited version. It just came out not too long ago. I pre-ordered this guy, man, like last year sometime, and it just took forever for it to come out. But I'd always wanted a version of Drift in his Cybertronian mode, and this was, I think, maybe the only one that any of the third-party companies did, because I know Hasbro wasn't gonna do it. So I had to get this, and I missed out on the first run. So I got this one when they announced that they were gonna do a second run with the slightly altered chest piece and some recoloring that was done, as you can see with the 3D scan on the front cover of the box. I had to get this, so I jumped on it, and yeah. This is the box, as you guys can see. Lots of pictures of the character and all his modes and in different poses. Well, only two modes, because you know, he only has a vehicle mode, but it's a mode nonetheless. And yeah, this is the box, as you guys can see. I will say Mastermind Creations always has good quality like box art. I mean, this is all like silvery reflective, even the decal on the front. The box itself has kind of got a matte finish, but then you've got this gloss finish on top of the character. You can see the light bouncing off of it. I don't personally need all this. I care about the figure more than the box, but I will say this is some good production value for their brand, or whatever you want to call it. Like I said, unnecessary for me, but I see how people could like this. And as an artist, and going to art school and dealing with you know, box, or you know, design when it comes to package design and all that, I can appreciate it when they do it right. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get this box open and let's get to the real important thing, which is the figure inside. And here we have Drift. He came in, and when I opened the packaging, he actually came in his vehicle mode. So the vehicle mode is what we're going to talk about first, anyway. And yeah, like right off the bat, I love the way this vehicle mode looks. It's very futuristic, it's very, you know, Cybertronian, and yeah, which is hence the whole reason why I got this in the first place. And I do dig the use of color on this. Nothing, even though it's mostly all white, I think there's enough color, and they've placed it enough in places and spread it out enough that it breaks up the monotony of the whiteness of the figure. And you know, it's mostly cool except for the red, but I love that fact because it makes the red really stand out, where all the racing stripes and the accents on the side of the vehicle mode. I really do like that. The one thing I don't like though is this kanji. It would have been cool if it was actually like Cybertronian kanji, because they do have like a Cybertronian language or whatever. Not to get too nerdy, but I am nerding out about this after all. But I just don't care for this. I think this is kind of tacky. I'll probably get some paint thinner or something to kind of get rid of it. I was curious about what it meant, because you know, I feel like a lot of people don't pay attention to that, and so I asked my wife, who's Chinese, what this meant, and she said it could mean two things. It could mean basically to make a decision, or it could also mean shopping, which I was like, wait, what? Like, so I'm hoping maybe this means something different in Japanese, but since I think Mastermind Creations is based in China, I don't think it means that. So maybe somebody in the comments section can tell me what this would mean in Japanese. Maybe it means drift in Japanese, I don't know. Either way, I'm gonna find a way to get rid of it, because like I said, this was one of the color additions that they added to the toy, and I just really hate it, so I'm gonna get rid of it. I would have liked it to just look all white or whatever, or maybe I can find an Autobot insignia that I can cut in half so I can have it on both sides, so when I split it apart, you can, you know, it doesn't, you know, it's not tearing the actual decal or whatnot. But anyway, like I said, I really like the way this guy looks. Very sleek, very aerodynamic, really sporty looking. You know, I'd roll in this if this existed. I'd drive 2 miles an hour so everybody could see me. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this. The wheels do roll, as you can see. You can't really tell with the wheels in the front, but that's because you can see there's a kind of a cover over the actual wheel. But yeah, it does roll. You know, it's not going to roll really well on this surface because it's too slick, but yeah, it does do all that. So anybody who has any misgivings about that, or is afraid that you won't have that, I guess, that issue, don't fear not. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it for the look of this figure. Let us get into the transformation and the robot mode. And as far as the transformation goes, it's one of those some third-party companies can really overdo it with the transformation scheme. This isn't one of those figures where they overdo it. I think it's just right with the amount of steps. I personally, when it comes to third-party Transformer figures, I always look at the instructions. I don't try to figure it out myself because I don't want to bend something in the wrong direction and then have it break, and then I've got an expensive import figure that's broken, and I don't want to pay money to get another one, especially if it's a hot item that tends to sell out real quick, and then I have to go into the aftermarket and pick up the same figure for a grossly increased price. So just like iIndy says in his videos, don't support scammers, you know, or don't support scalpers. My bad, I messed up the saying. So yeah, I'm fully in favor of that. I fully agree with that notion. You know, don't support scammers at all, or scalpers. Jeez, I screwed it up again. But yeah, other than that though, I think the transformation scheme is pretty easy to understand once you've done it a couple of times, and then you start doing it on your own. It's pretty quick, and it's relatively quick, but the only reason why it takes me a while to do this is because all the joints and all the movable parts on this figure are really tight. It's all the ball socket joints and all that are really really firm. So I appreciate that, because I'd rather have firm joints than loose joints. That's what I always say, and so I'm okay with that. And I will say that the shoulders are on ball joints, and they can pop out, but it's designed that way, so just pop it back in and you'll be good to go. So yeah. And here we have him in his robot mode, and once again, you can expect a lot of the same. You know, I think the color is further broken up even more, because you see so much more black on the character. Oops, I forgot to transform these wheel parts, and I think in the B-roll footage I forgot to show that as well. But yeah, the wheels just fold up in here, and yeah, they don't stay though. I wish if you mess around a bit too much, they kind of start to come out, and I don't like that. But I kind of wish there was a way to keep them in place when you fold the wheels up into the wheel well of the figure. But other than that, once again, love the look of this character. I like the new chest piece that they put on here. That was one of the changes that they made to the figure when they decided to reissue this guy, and I'm digging that. As far as like posability goes, I mean, it's pretty decent posability. It's actually pretty good. Surprised, you know, considering like you've got, you know, his sword sheaths, which you think would get in the way, but they don't, because they're on a ball joint and a swivel joint as well. So you kind of see how that works. It swivels, and then the ball joint allows pretty good, decent range of rotation. Same thing with the shoulders. They're also on a swivel, so they can go up and down like I said, everything's really firm, so it's really tough to move everything, which is fine with me because that means he's going to hold a pose. And the ball joints as well offer a decent range of motion. I will say that they do tend to pop out of place sometimes, at least for me when I was transforming him, so you do have to watch out for that, but you can just pop them right back in and everything's hunky-dory. I do also dig that the arms have this this swivel built in as well. You can't go in, which would have been nice because it would have made having him double grip his legendary sword a lot easier, but they can go out, and I like that that's there because they really didn't need to include that. And he's got Bicep Swivel, which is good as well since it doubles as part of the transformation scheme. He's got double jointed elbows, which is also good for a transformer. He also has torso swivel, which once again, it doubles as part of the transformation scheme, but it's also good when a figure does have that because it just makes the poses that much more dynamic. He has double jointed knees. He has you can do the splits completely. I mean, he's got thighs. He's got thigh joints that go out. He's also got the thigh cut for the thigh swivel. So you've got a lot of range of motion, and the feet are very posable as well. Since everything's on ball joints, you got a lot of range of motion. The ankles are on ball joints. The front of the feet are on ball joints. The heels, the heel part is on a swivel, but the whole foot is on a ball joint. So you've got lots of options for range of motion, and this guy holds his poses very nicely. You shouldn't need a stand for this guy at all because his feet and his legs do a lot of movement. I kind of wish there was a bit more range of motion in his arms. I feel like his hands, even though his hands do swivel a little bit, but because I think they might be on a ball joint, but there's just not enough room for them to move around a whole lot. But they do got full rotation, the hands open as well. He's got his trigger finger. He's got the trigger finger, so you can point or have him hold guns, which you should never have to hold a gun because his whole thing is holding swords, and that's why he's one of my favorite transformers, because he just fights with swords, and I think that's really cool because every transformer has a gun. So, and I'm all about samurai and ninjas and swordsmen and stuff like that. I'm all that all day, so that's why he's one of my favorite transformers. Also his look, it's very anime influenced, but without looking derivative of any anime you've seen. Like, you can't really say he to me, he doesn't look like a Gundam or any kind of mecha. He just kind of looks like his own thing. And if anything, you could say he's more based off of Japanese Transformer series, which is fine, because that's, like I said, that's its own thing. So I feel like he fits right in with that, and I really just dig his design overall. So yeah, I don't really, like I said, I wish he had more movement in his arms. I wish he was able to cross his arms a bit more so he could hold his swords. Speaking of swords, where are they? There, he comes with the two swords that fit in the scabbard. He came with this little baggie, which I dig because I love having storage for accessories. His main sword, the legendary sword, comes in two pieces, and you've got the vac metal. I think this is vac metal. It's not super shiny, it's kind of dull, but I kind of like that because I think it's too reflective. It's kind of it's overdoing it. So the blade, you just oops, I'm putting it in wrong. There's only one way you can put the blade into the handle. So yeah, you've got the peg on the back for storage underneath the vehicle mode, which I'll never do it, but it's there if you need it. But yeah, this is a sword. I think it's all right. It's cool. Nothing to write home about. Same thing with his two double small swords. Same deal, and they fit in his sheaths quite nicely. I do like that the Hasbro version, the swords fold, so you can leave the swords in and transform the figure at the same time. If you have the Hasbro version, it's not a bad figure. It's good, and I like it. It's also one of my favorite Hasbro toys. Sorry, I'm opening up my display case because I forgot to pull them out. But I like this figure. As I move this guy out of the way, I like this toy, and you can see how much range of motion they gave him in his shoulders and in his hands. You know, you can actually cross his arms across his chest, and you know, for poses and what, for really cool poses. And like I said, this is a good figure overall. I just, you know, it's a good Earth mode figure, but I just wanted, like I said, I wanted one in his Cybertronian mode, and this was the one I liked the most. And I think one of the only ones that you can transform. There's like a super expensive one that lights up and stuff, but I don't think you can transform it. It's like over $300. It's close to like 400 bucks. I will never get that shit. But yeah, I dig this figure a lot, and I think if you're a collector and you want a figure like Drift, you should get it. You want another version of Drift that's really transformable, is pretty posable, and like I said, has a Cybertronian mode and a look to him. You can't go wrong with this guy. I mean, you can never really go wrong with a Mastermind Creations figure. I've been satisfied with all the Mastermind figures I've bought, which aren't that many, but I would like to get more. But I haven't had really too much of a problem with these guys. I think they do a good job. One thing I forgot to mention is that you do have storage. If I can get it to flip out, there we go. You do have storage for his sword on his back. I think it just slides in like so. The only downside is it's loose in there. At least for me it is. Maybe I'm putting it in wrong, I don't know, but it's loose, and I don't like that. So that's like my one big complaint with this. But I mean, it does fit in there. It just doesn't stick straight down. It would have been kind of cool if they could have done something about this cockpit piece in the back, but it's not horrible. You can kind of fold it up if you want to get it out of the way. I'm just mindful of it because I'm afraid it might get damaged, or it might break when I'm moving the figure around. But other than that, I think this is still a really solid figure. I mean, those are just minor nitpicks of mine. They might not even be a big issue to you, but yeah, that's gonna pretty much do it for this guy. I'm happy I've got him, and I'm happy he's in my collection, and he's gonna be a figure that shoot, I'm going to be messing with for quite a while just because I like it so much. So yeah, that's going to pretty much do it. If you guys like this video, please leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Any constructive criticism you might have, or any, you know, I'm always open to ideas and ways to make my channel better, and your input will help me achieve that goal. So please sound off in the comments, or if you have any other suggestions for Transformers that I might be interested in. Yeah, I want to hear. I want to know. So yeah, hit me up in the comment section and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you on the next video. Also, I forgot to mention, check out my gaming channel. It's Agent OP. I'll probably have a link in the description, or a card or something or other, something so that you can click on it to see. I've got one video up so far. I'm working on some more, And as far as that goes, that's gonna pretty much do it. Until the next video, I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm Agent O and I'm out. Peace.